filters are used to shape the overall spectrum of the signal. They are called graphic because the frequency response output resembles the position of the sliders. Each band of a graphic equalizer consists of a peaking filter with a predetermined center frequency and bandwidth. These filters are controlled by the positions of sliders on the front panel of the equalizer. A 1/3 octave graphic equalizer divides the frequency spectrum into 31 separate bands. Each band can be boosted or attenuated to control its amplitude. A 2/3 octave equalizer divides the frequency spectrum into 15 separate bands. Each band can be boosted or attenuated to control its amplitude. The 2/3 octave EQ provides less precision over the audio spectrum compared to the 1/3 octave EQ. A 2-band equalizer divides the audio frequency band into 2 sections, lows and highs. This type of EQ uses 2 shelf filters that can be boosted or attenuated independent from each other. Similarly, a 3-band equalizer divides the audio frequency band into 3 sections, lows, mids, and highs. In this case, the lows and highs utilize shelving filters, while the mids are controlled with a peaking filter. A parametric equalizer has the most precision of all types of equalizers. Parametric equalizers offer control over the 3 main parameters of the filter. These parameters are gain, the amount of boost or attenuation, center frequency, the position of the window, and bandwidth, the width of the window. A sweepable equalizer is the most common equalizer incorporated into mixing consoles. A sweepable EQ provides a variable center frequency or window that can be boosted or attenuated. The bandwidth or width of the window is fixed and thus cannot be widened or narrowed. A notch filter is a frequency-specific filter that has a very narrow bandwidth or high Q. Notch filters are typically used only to attenuate undesirable discrete frequencies. They are mostly found in automatic feedback suppressors. No matter what type of equalizer is used, it is advisable to document each setting. This can be done by recording the setting of each control or by taking a photograph. The beauty of a digital EQ is that its settings are stored in memory and can be recalled as needed. Let's discuss the way a user could EQ a room and a mixer's input channel source. EQing a room requires several items: a real-time analyzer or RTA, a pink noise generator or a pink noise recording, and an equalizer. By generating pink noise through the audio system, the user can define any anomalies in the audio spectrum as indicated by the RTA and address them using the equalizer. It is not important to have a flat frequency response, but rather one that is free from noticeable peaks and valleys across the spectrum. Once the frequency response is smoothed out, it is beneficial to play several songs that the user is extremely familiar with. By doing so, the audio system can be further adjusted to the user's preferences based on the nuances of the music. When EQing an input on the mixing console, users must first listen carefully and then boost or attenuate the desired frequencies to achieve the desired sound. Many different effects can be produced by modifying the EQ settings. When listening, users must first identify the frequency band they want to modify. They must ask themselves, is it in the low, mid, or high frequency group? Second, users should narrow their focus to a specific frequency range within the group. Perhaps they're working on a kick drum and want more snap. They would be working in the mid-frequency group and could then narrow down to a frequency range of 2 to 3 kilohertz. Finally, users pinpoint the center frequency they would like to boost, in this case 2500 hertz. They can boost 2500 Hz to get more snap out of the kick drum. The most important aspect to remember when setting an equalizer is to listen and identify what you are hearing. Although there are scientific elements involved, equalizing is an art. The rule is to listen and then associate what you are hearing with frequency. Acoustics is the science or study of sound and refers to its transmission through various media, such as air or water. Architectural acoustics deals with the effects of enclosed boundaries on sound. In order to understand acoustics, one must have a full understanding of sound pressure waves, how they propagate, and how the brain interprets sound. Architectural acoustics can be divided into three main disciplines: room acoustics, sound isolation, and engineered acoustics. Room acoustics can be defined as the behavior of sound when it is produced in an enclosed space. Sound behaves much differently in a room compared to an open-air or free-field environment such as a football field. It is very important to understand that the audio system is at the mercy of the acoustics of the room where it is located. No audio system can compensate for poor room acoustics. Remember, acoustics first, then audio.